Hello everyone, I am Dr. Manoj Baloda. Today we will discuss about air pollution. Air pollution, unit number 3rd of environmental studies of second year DMLT. In this topic we will study about different aspects. First, sources of air contamination, adverse effect of human health, measurement of air quality standards and permissible limits which we inhale, measure to track the air pollution, greenhouse effects, global warming, acid rains, ozone depletion. These are the few topics we will cover under this air pollution chapter. First, sources of air contamination. Now in this we will discuss about what are pollutants, what is air pollution. First, air pollution, any contaminant in atmosphere which causes adverse effect on human and ecosystem. It can be solid particle, liquid droplets or gases. A pollutant that can be natural in origin or man-made. Pollutants are primary और secondary, यानी कोई भी अनवांटेड पार्टिकल, गैस ड्रॉपलेट और गैसेज जो एटमॉस्फेयर में आ जाते हैं, जो ह्यूमंस की हेल्थ के लिए सही नहीं है या इकोसिस्टम को डिसबैलेंस करते हैं, वो सभी पोल्यूटेंट्स हैं, वो एयर पोल्यूट करते हैं. एयर पोल्यूटेंट्स बाय ओरिजिन दो प्रकार के होते हैं, नेचुरल एंड मैन मेड. और एयर पोल्यूशन बाय कैटेगरी ऑफ इमिशन, they are considered in two categories. First is primary, second is secondary. Now first of all we will study about the primary pollutants. Are emitted directly as ash from the volcanic eruption, carbon monoxide gas from the vehicle exhaust and sulfur dioxide gas from the industries. These are primary pollutants जो डायरेक्ट ही एटमॉस्फेयर के अंदर सीधे इमिट होते हैं. इनके एग्जांपल्स में हैं CO2, कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड. इट इज़ एसेंशियल for plant for photosynthesis and emitted mainly due to burning of fossil fuels and respiration of animals and human beings. Nitrogen oxides, they are emitted at the higher combustion temperatures and also produced during the thunderstorm or lightning where temperature is high. It is one of the most prominent air pollution and this is reddish brown toxic gas, has a characteristic of sharp and biting odor. Next is carbon monoxide, is a colorless, odorless toxic gas. It is a product combustion of fuels such as natural gas, coal, wood. Majority of carbon monoxide is by vehicle emission into the atmosphere. It forms smoke type formation in the air and that can be linked into many lungs diseases, disruption to the natural environment. कार्बन मोनोऑक्साइड जो है वो मेनली फॉसिल फ्यूल्स के बर्न होने के कारण ही रिलीज हो रही है, लेकिन नाउ डेज ड्यू टू व्हीकल एमिशन इट इज मोस्टली इमिटेड इन एटमॉस्फेयर. सल्फर डाइऑक्साइड SO2, it is produced by volcanoes and industrial process. Coal and petroleum combustion generate the sulfur dioxide. Further, sulfur oxidation of sulfur oxide, usually in the presence of catalysts such as NO and HSO, and acid rains occur due to sulfur dioxide. This is the cause for concern over the environment impact and use of these fuels as a resources. Volatile organic compounds, ये primary compounds pollutants हैं. They are well known outdoor air pollutants. They are classified as either methane and non-methane volatile compounds. Methane is an effective greenhouse gas which contributes to the global warming Other hydrocarbons of volatile organic compounds are also significant greenhouse gases because of their role in the creating ozone and prolonged the methane in atmosphere. The aromatic non-methaneous volatile organic compounds like benzene, toluene, xylene are suspected carcinogens and may lead to the blood cancer. 1,3-butadiene is another dangerous compound often associated with the industrial use. These are all pollutants and primary pollutants which are directly emitted in the atmosphere. Next is particulate matter. It is atmospheric particulate matter or fine particles of solid liquid suspended in a gas. Aerosol refers to the combined particle and gas. Some particles occur naturally, originating from volcanoes, dust storms, forest and grass fires, living vegetations and sea sprays. Human activities such as burning of fossil fuels in vehicles, power plants, and man-made by activities currently accounts for approximately 10% of the whole atmosphere. Increased level of the fine particles in the air are linked with health hazards such as heart diseases, alter lung functions, lung cancer, respiratory infections, and can cause asthma. Present free radicals connected to airborne fine particles are linked with cardiopulmonary diseases. पार्टिकुलेट मैटर जो है, जो कि सॉलिड पार्टिकल्स हवा के अंदर घूमते हैं, उसे एरोसोल कहते हैं. वह एरोसोल मैन मेड हैं, ज़्यादातर नेचुरल बहुत कम है. और वो जितने भी टाइप ऑफ लंग्स डिजीजेज हैं, हार्ट डिजीजेज हैं, कैंसर्स हैं, रेस्पिरेटरी इन्फेक्शंस हैं, अस्थमा है, वो इनके प्रोलॉन्ग्ड इनहेलेशन के कारण होते हैं. नाउ क्लोरोफ्लोरोकार्बन्स CFCs, these are gases which are released from air conditioners, refrigerators, aerosols, sprays, etc. CFC raise to the stratosphere. Here they come in contact with other gases and damage the ozone layer. This is how allows the harmful ultraviolet rays from reach the earth's surface. This can lead to the skin cancer, eye cancer and causes the damage to the plants. क्लोरोफ्लोरोकार्बन्स वो कंपाउंड्स हैं जो मैन मेड हैं और अपने एयर कंडीशनर से, रेफ्रिजरेटर्स और एयरसोल की स्प्रे से उत्पन्न होते हैं. वो स्ट्रेटोस्फेयर तक पहुंच जाते हैं और ओजोन को कैटलिस्ट की तरह काम करते हैं. O3 को ऑक्सीजन में कन्वर्ट करते हैं, जिससे एक जो ओजोन परत है वो टूट जाती है, डैमेज हो जाती है, उसमें होल हो जाता है. उस होल से अल्ट्रावायलेट रेज अर्थ पे पहुंच जाती है और वो अल्ट्रावायलेट रेज जो हैं वो हार्मफुल फॉर ऑर्गेनिजम्स हैं. दे कैन कॉज कैंसर, आई डिजीज एंड कॉजेज डैमेज टू द प्लांट्स. नेक्स्ट इज अमोनिया, emitted mainly by agriculture waste. It is a gas which is characteristic of pungent odor. Ammonia contributes significantly to a natural need of terrestrial organism by serving as a precursor of the foodstuff and fertilizers. अमोनिया मेनली एक एग्रीकल्चर वेस्ट है, लेकिन प्लांट्स के लिए एक न्यूट्रिशन का भी काम करता है और एक फर्टिलाइजर के रूप में भी काम आता है. अमोनिया either directly or indirectly is also a building block for the synthesis of many pharmaceutical companies. Ammonia is both caustic and hazardous. अगर वो ज़्यादा मात्रा में है, जिस अमाउंट में पाना चाहिए उससे ज़्यादा अगर अमोनिया हो जाती है तो हजार्डियस भी है और वो पॉजिटिव फॉर वेरियस डिजीजेज इन एनिमल्स. इन एटमॉस्फेयर अमोनिया रिएक्ट विद द ऑक्साइड्स ऑफ नाइट्रोजन एंड सल्फर टू फॉर्म द सेकेंडरी पार्टिकल्स और सेकेंडरी पोल्यूटेंट्स. नाउ व्हाट इज सेकेंडरी पोल्यूटेंट्स? These are not directly emitted into the air but are formed in air due to primary pollutants. Primary pollutants विभिन्न प्रक्रियाओं, विभिन्न रिएक्शन करके सेकेंडरी पोल्यूटेंट्स का जन्म करते हैं या उनको जन्म देते हैं. जैसे स्मोक इज मेड ड्यू टू लार्ज अमाउंट ऑफ बर्निंग ऑफ कोल, स्मोक एंड सल्फर डाइऑक्साइड इन ओल्ड टाइम्स, जब कोयला जला करता था. अभी क्या है? नाउ एमिशन फ्रॉम व्हीकल्स एंड इंडस्ट्रीज आर एक्टेड ऑन by ultraviolet rays and photochemical smoke is formed. This is a secondary pollutant example. Now sources of air pollution are classified in two categories on the basis of their origin. First is anthropogenic, that is man-made sources. Second is natural resources. First, man-made resources. Anthropogenic or man-made resources are made air pollutants like burning of fossil fuels in the industries, vehicles, power plants, other sources, then combustion, also fume produced from the hairspray, paint, varnish, aerosols, spray and other volatile compounds. Waste deposits in landfills releases methane which are inflammable and form mixture with air which decreases the oxygen concentration and cause the asphyxia. ये सब मैन मेड पोल्यूटेंट्स हैं जो कि फॉसिल फ्यूल के जलने से या व्हीकल्स के या पावर प्लांट्स में जो फ्यूल जलता है कोल वगैरह उसके कारण प्रोड्यूस होते हैं, और या फिर लैंडफिल से जो वेस्टेज है अपनी कम्युनिटी की उसके कारण, या वोलेटाइल कंपाउंड्स के कारण, या मीथेन गैस के कारण, या इनफ्लेमेबल मिक्सचर्स ऑफ एयर डिक्रीजेज ऑक्सीजन कंसंट्रेशन, और ये दम घुटने की स्थिति में पैदा हो जाती है। नेचुरल रिसोर्सेज सेकंड है pollutant emitted from the natural sources like volcanoes. Volcanoes emission of gases like chlorine, sulfur, ash particles. Volcano से ये चीज़ें हमें आ जाती हैं। Dust from large land areas of forest and desert during storms. जो फॉरेस्ट है अपना डेजर्ट है उसके अंदर से पोल्यूटेंट्स हवा में मिक्स हो जाते हैं। मीथेन गैस फ्रॉम द एनिमल्स एंड ह्यूमन वेस्ट विच इज ए फ्री हाउस गैस, एंड natural other is radon gas. Radon gas is from radioactive decay within the earth, is a colorless, odorless and naturally occurring pollutant. Radioactive gas is formed from the decay of the radium. It is considered to be the health hazard. Radon gas can accumulate in buildings, especially in the confined areas of basement etc. It is the second most frequent cause of the lung cancer and after cigarette smoking. Smoke and carbon monoxide and other gases from wildfire act as a pollutant of natural nature. Some plants of forest can produce volatile organic compounds VOCs like poplar, oak, willow, which are harmful for the ozone layer. Now next topic is adverse effect of air pollution on human health. Adverse effect of air pollution on human health are cause of many diseases like lung disease, difficulty in breathing, coughing, wheezing, asthma, cardiac disease, premature death. Long time exposure of air pollution can cause damage to the nerves, kidney, lungs, brains, physiological complications, retinopathy, autism, low birth weight. These are all adverse effects, all diseases which can be due to the high pollution of air. Due to depletion of ozone layer, ultraviolet rays can cause skin cancer. This is also adverse effect of air pollution. Due to greenhouse gases cause global warming. Food yield products or crops yield will be decreases due to global warming. Due to acid rain caused due to air pollution causes allergy, skin problem and acid in the natural water bodies. Now measurement of air quality standards permissible limits, which it means the standard quality or what quality of the air we can breathe, and what are the permissible limits by the government of India. Air quality standards are concentration of pollutants in air that are allowable concentrations of suitable in ambient air which we can breathe. Now there is no international standard, but various organizations like WHO, EU, US, EPA has proposed their criteria, which are often similar in regard to protect the human health. Now standard criteria is set in different units, for example micrograms per meter cube, parts per million by volume, and parts per million by mass, or part per million by count in a specific area. All these units are convertible into each other if we know the pollutant molecular mass and temperature. The 6 criteria of the pollutants which we measure by these units are lead, present in as a pollutant in the air, ozone, carbon monoxide, nitrogen gas, particulate matter and sulfur dioxide, and other toxic substance. Toxic pollutants included among other formaldehyde, aerolene, benzene, naphthalene, arsen, metals and other cadmium, mercury, chromium and lead like metals present in the air as a particulate matter. Air quality index is coded in different colors with respect to pollution in particular area and what are the effects on human health. जो भी एयर की क्वालिटी है उस एरिया की वो एक कोड से दर्शाई गई है, जिसमें हम जो मेन कंसर्न है वो कलर ऑफ कौन सा कलर उस एरिया का है, कोड क्या है, लेवल कंसर्न क्या है और जो हमारी एयर क्वालिटी इंडेक्स है वो क्या है। इसमें जैसे सबसे पहले है ग्रीन। ग्रीन इज गुड लेवल ऑफ कंसर्न, इसका क्या है, एयर क्वालिटी इंडेक्स 0 से 50 है। उसके बाद में है येलो, ये मॉडरेट है, परमिसेबल लिमिट्स हैं इसमें 51 to 100 एयर क्वालिटी वैल्यूज। अगला है ऑरेंज, ये अनहेल्दी और सेंसिटिव ग्रुप्स के लिए तो बिल्कुल अनहेल्दी है, हेल्दी पर्सन फिर भी इसमें सर्वाइव कर सकता है, 101 से 150 तक इसकी एयर क्वालिटी इंडेक्स रहती है। रेड इज अनहेल्दी फॉर ऑल एंड इट्स एयर क्वालिटी इंडेक्स इज 151 to 200। दिस इज a code method which is present mainly for a particular area through which we can air quality standards or air quality index we can denote that this industry is located in red zone, orange zone, yellow or green, or what is the status of our environment. Now measures to check the air pollution, these are all measures by which we can stop the air pollution or polluted air can be cleaned. Main cause of air pollution is due to burning of fossil fuels by industries, thermal power plant and vehicle for transport. It can be minimized by using renewable sources of energy like hydropower, solar power, wind power as energy resources and electric vehicles. Now volatile organic compounds can be reduced by titanium oxide by free radical which break the VOCs, and nitrogen oxide gases and air pollution can be checked by these titanium oxides. Carbon dioxide and other gases can be purified by the plants, so afforestation can decrease the air pollution. Nitrogen oxide, it can be removed by selective catalytic reducing or selective non-catalytic reduction or catalytic converter or scrubbers. Scrubbers can be used for removing the nitrogen oxides from atmosphere gas. Pollutants in air can be removed by using appropriate controlling process. Technology and devices in transport and industries, they can either remove or destroy the contaminants from the exhaust stream before emission into atmosphere for removal of particulate matter by various technologies or mechanics used. First is settling chamber. This is an equipment used in industries to remove the pollutant from the exhaust by passing it by the chamber, settle over the setting trays under the action of gravity. Thus the clean air we can provide. ये इसका डायग्राम है, डायग्रामेटिक व्यू है। इसके अंदर क्या है, सेटलिंग चैम्बर में एक तरफ से पॉल्यूटेड एयर पास होती है, एक तरफ से पॉल्यूटेड एयर पास होती है, वो अंदर जाती है तो कुछ ट्रे रखी हुई हैं, उस ट्रे के अंदर जो हाई पार्टिकुलेट मैटर है वो सेटल डाउन हो जाता है और बाकी हवा जो क्लीन गैस है वो दूसरे रास्ते से बाहर निकल जाती है। ये एक इसका प्रिंसिपल डायग्राम है सेटलिंग चैम्बर का। नाउ साइक्लोन मेथड और ए टेक्नोलॉजी, इट इज ए कॉनिकल चैम्बर हु वर्क ऑन द प्रिंसिपल ऑफ इनफिल्ट्रेशन inertia, principle of inertia, in which polluted gas is passed from the top of the cyclic cylinder in vertical position. As air spins, the higher mass or dust separate and move towards the wall of the conical cylinder. By this method, large particles can be separated from the air. Scrubbers एक अलग टेक्नोलॉजी है। इट इज रेफर टू द पॉल्यूशन कंट्रोल डिवाइस दैट यूज लिक्विड टू वॉश द अनवांटेड पॉल्यूटेंट्स फ्रॉम ए गैस स्ट्रीम। स्पेशल दिस डिवाइस इज यूज टू रिमूव द एसिडिक गैसेज फ्रॉम पॉल्यूटेड एयर। फर्स्ट स्क्रबर इज मेड टू सेपरेट द कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड फ्रॉम ए पॉल्यूटेड गैस एंड दिस टेक्नोलॉजी इज स्टिल यूटिलाइज फ्रॉम देम। ये एक है बैग हाउस। बैग हाउस is a heavy dust polluted air can be treated by this method. It consists of blowers, filters, filter cleaners and tube seats, etc. Now this is a bag like structure or a conical structure in which dry air passes from lower side of it and few filters are there. These filters have technology of removing the polluted air, removing the pollutant from the air, and its auto clean facility is also available nowadays in bag houses. This is the bag house. From lower side, dirty air flows in right side of the filter cycle. It blows up from the bag like filters present there, and clean air passes from there. Now a clean backup wash air is present, which washes the sporting bags or sporting filters. This is left side cleaning cycle is present in the filter bags. That is bag house technology. Next technology is electrostatic precipitator. What is it? It is a device which filters the dust and smoke from polluted air by passing the polluted air between two electrical charge plates. It is very effective method of purification. इसमें 99% जो पोल्यूटेंट्स हैं वो भी सेपरेट कर सकते हैं हम. ये सबसे अच्छा और बेस्ट की तरीका है एयर प्यूरिफिकेशन का. इसमें क्या होता है, दो चार्ज पार्ट, एक तो चार्ज रोड्स होती हैं जो कि नेगेटिवली चार्ज लेते हैं जनरली, एक चार्ज प्लेट्स होती हैं. तो जो कंटामिनेटेड एयर है उनको इसके बीच में से फ्लो करवाते हैं, तो उसमें भी जो भी पार्टिकल्स हैं, जो पोल्यूटेंट्स हैं, वो पॉजिटिव और नेगेटिव प्लेट्स की तरफ अट्रैक्ट हो जाते हैं और आगे क्लीन एयर निकलती है केवल. इसमें क्या है, पॉजिटिवली चार्ज मेटल प्लेट्स हैं, नेगेटिवली चार्ज रोड्स हैं, एंड सॉलिड पार्टिकुलेट मैटर प्रेजेंट इन द कंटामिनेटेड एयर जाता है, वो उसके अंदर से क्रॉस होती हैं, तो प्लेट्स में नेगेटिव और पॉजिटिव आयंस की तरह वो वहीं चिपक जाती हैं और क्लीन गैस बाहर निकल जाती है. सबसे इफेक्टिव मेथड है एयर पोल्यूटेंट्स को रिमूव करने के लिए. नाउ नेक्स्ट टॉपिक ऑफ आवर्स इज ग्रीन हाउस इफेक्ट. इसमें हम पढ़ेंगे ये क्या होता है, किस कारण होता है, क्या इफेक्ट है और कैसे हम इसे कम कर सकते हैं. फर्स्ट डेफिनेशन, इट इज वार्मिंग ऑफ सरफेस एंड ट्रोपोस्फेयर, दैट इज लोवेस्ट layer of atmosphere due to greenhouse gases like carbon dioxide, water vapors, methane and other gases. जो ट्रोपोस्फेयर है, एटमॉस्फेयर है, लोअर मोस्ट एटमॉस्फेयर का लोअर मोस्ट जो ट्रोपोस्फेयर लेयर है उसकी वार्मिंग को, जो ओजोन के नीचे नीचे है, नेचुरल वार्मिंग या ड्यू टू ग्रीन हाउस गैसेज जो वार्मिंग हो जाती है उसको बोलते हैं ग्रीन हाउस इफेक्ट. नाउ व्हाट आर द ग्रीन हाउस गैसेज? ग्रीन हाउस आर दोज gases are those who can trap the sun heat and can raise the temperature of the earth atmosphere. These are called greenhouse gases. ये क्या है, सूर्य की जो इंफ्रारेड है उनको कैप्चर कर लेती हैं, उनको रिलीज नहीं होने देती हैं और उनको अपने अंदर समा लेती हैं, जिससे कि एटमॉस्फेयर का टेम्परेचर इंक्रीज हो जाता है. इसमें कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड है जो 9 से 26% कंट्रीब्यूशन होता है ग्रीन हाउस के अंदर. इसका is the main greenhouse gas and is mainly produced due to burning of fossil fuels and living organisms. Next है methane. 4 to 9% contribution in greenhouse effect is of methane. It is produced mainly by paddy feeds, animal manure and sewage etc. नेचर के द्वारा ही ज़्यादा प्रोड्यूस होती है. नेक्स्ट है वेपर. सबसे ज़्यादा इनका कंट्रीब्यूशन रहता है, 36 to 70% of the greenhouse effect is contribution of water vapors. Next है ओजोन. ओजोन 3 to 7% contribution होता है ग्रीन हाउस इफेक्ट में. क्लोरोफ्लोरोकार्बन्स, हाइड्रोफ्लोरोकार्बन्स एक्सेट्रा आर द मेन ग्रीन हाउस गैसेज. Initially due to greenhouse effect, life moving out of the ocean into the land, but सबसे पहले ग्रीन हाउस का एक पॉजिटिव इफेक्ट ये था कि ग्रीन हाउस के कारण वेपर्स ज़्यादा हो गई थी, वेपरेशन अर्थ पे ज़्यादा होने लग गया था. उसके कारण जो समुद्र में जो भी जीव थे, जो जीवन था वो पृथ्वी पर आया था, उसका मुख्य कारण ग्रीन हाउस था. ये तो उसका पॉजिटिव इफेक्ट था. बट नाउ डेज ड्यू टू डिफॉरेस्टेशन एंड बर्निंग ऑफ द फॉसिल फ्यूल, ग्रीन हाउस गैसेज इंक्रीजेज ड्रास्टिकली in atmosphere, which increases greenhouse effect and it leads increase in atmosphere. This causes global warming. बहुत ज़्यादा ग्रीन हाउस इफेक्ट का काज है ग्लोबल वार्मिंग. नाउ नेक्स्ट टॉपिक इज ग्लोबल वार्मिंग. The rise in average temperature of the earth atmosphere in global from mid-20th centuries, human activities are major cause of rise in temperature of the earth. This is called definition of global warming. The rise in temperature, average temperature of the earth atmosphere in global form is called global warming. What are the effects of global warming? The largest influence is caused by greenhouse carbon dioxide, methane or greenhouse gases, mainly produced by burning of fossil fuels, emission by agriculture activities of human, sewage and deforestation. This influences the melting of permafrost. Permafrost is frozen ice, that is frozen oceans. Also you can call, these are frozen oceans called permafrost, or snow covers on the sea or ocean, and increase in water vapor. Earth's surface heated faster than the ocean, causes heat waves, wildfires and deforestation. Increased temperature of the ocean cause melting of permafrost, sea ice, glaciers, which results in the increase of sea level. These are the effects of global warming. Now definition, there is a tipping point. It is important word, tipping point in global warming. Its definition is, if the temperature due to global warming increases above a certain threshold limit, impact caused by it is not reversed after lowering the temperature is called tipping point. यानी कि वातावरण का वह टेम्परेचर जो अगर एक थ्रेशोल्ड होता है उससे ऊपर अगर ग्लोबल वार्मिंग कारण अगर टेम्परेचर इंक्रीज हो जाता है तो उसकी क्षतिपूर्ति हम कभी भी नहीं कर पाएंगे. उस टेम्परेचर को टिपिंग पॉइंट कहते हैं. ऑन बायोस्फीयर ड्यू टू ग्लोबल वार्मिंग वेरियस ecosystem risk major shift in their structure and composition, extinction of many species and reduced diversity of ecosystem. क्रॉप्स के ऊपर ग्लोबल वार्मिंग का क्या इफेक्ट है? ड्यू टू ग्लोबल वार्मिंग इंक्रीज इन वाटर वेपर, मीथेन, टेम्परेचर में रिजल्ट इन क्रॉप प्रोडक्टिविटी मेजर डिक्रीज, ऑल्सो कॉल्ड क्रॉप फेलियर. पब्लिक हेल्थ पे क्या इम्पैक्ट हैं? Impact on public health is more negative than positive aspects. Extreme weather condition leads to various health hazards, जिसमें है acid rains. Now we will study about acid rains. क्या होते हैं acid rains? Definition है, rain water or any form of precipitation which are acidic whose pH is less than 5.6 due to presence of sulfur dioxide, nitrogen dioxide, carbon dioxide in higher atmosphere, which react with water, oxygen and other compounds during the lightning and form acids which come down on the earth with the rain are called acid rains. Generally acid rain have pH 4. Effects of acid rain on human beings. It is harmful for plants, animals and human beings. Acid rain fall on the soil. It dissolves nutrients present in the soil and harmful for plants. Directly fall on the plants and can cause the harm to the leaves. It can harm skin of the animal and humans or can cause the cancer diseases. Acid rain mix in lake, ponds and water bodies, which causes disease in fishes and wildlife. Acid rain increases the corrosion in the various metals and infrastructure. Now this is diagram which shows the acid rain flow chart. First of all, volatile organic compounds, sulfur dioxide, nitrogen dioxide and various other acidic gases from natural sources or man-made sources come in the atmosphere as a pollutant. They goes at the stratosphere level on the higher end, and where at higher temperatures and appropriate pressure they form different type of acids in the environment, in the clouds, due to lightning and due to low pressure. These are nitric acid and sulfuric acid. These acid in clouds mix with the rainwater and come down on the earth and mix this acid rain mix with fresh water bodies, plants, animals and infrastructure. This is the flow chart of acid rain. Now ozone depletion is the last topic. Ozone depletion. Definition: ozone is called O3, oxygen 3 molecule, and this is 3 atoms of oxygen is called ozone, is present in atmosphere in the form of a layer above the troposphere, where at appropriate pressure and accurate temperature oxygen is converted into ozone. When ozone come down, it break into the oxygen due to low pressure and many contaminants like chlorofluorocarbon act as a catalyst in breaking the ozone to oxygen. It is a continuous process. 16th September is called International Day for Prevention of Ozone Layer. What are the effects? Effects of ozone. Ozone have special quality of reflecting ultraviolet rays and thermal radiations, that is greenhouse gases. Due to this quality, it is useful in all living beings. It is useful for all living beings. ये क्या करती है? ओजोन मेनली एक ग्रीन हाउस गैस है, टेम्परेचर को मेंटेन रखती है, लेकिन मेनली क्या करती है? अल्ट्रावायलेट रेज है उनको रिफ्लेक्ट कर देती है, उनको पृथ्वी की सतह पे नहीं आने देती. ड्यू टू प्रेजेंस ऑफ क्लोरोफ्लोरोकार्बन्स एंड अदर हेलोजिनेटेड ozone depletion, man-made compounds are main causes of depletion of ozone layer, which develop as a large hole in the ozone layer and harmful radiations like ultraviolet rays enters into Earth's atmosphere, which are harmful if received in large amount. For example, ultraviolet rays are required in formation of vitamin D. Useful भी है. Ultraviolet rays are important for vitamin D formation in the skin, and if it is in excess amount, it is causes harmful effects like sunburn, cataract, skin cancer. It also causes diseases in animals and plants. Crops, as nitrogen bacteria are sensitive to ultraviolet rays, so crop failure can occur due to excessive ultraviolet rays. This is the depletion or ozone layer we can describe by this diagram. Now we can see that Earth have chlorofluorocarbons, volatile organic compounds and HCFs, which rises in the atmosphere. The lower layer is called troposphere, and it penetrate into the ozone, and O3 converted into oxygen at lower end, where they are in maximum amount, that is CFC, VOC and HCFs. They penetrate the ozone layer called depletion of ozone and reaches the stratosphere. During these holes, before these holes, you can understand that through these holes ultraviolet rays can pass directly to the Earth. For example, this is Earth. These are chlorofluorocarbons raised to the troposphere. Through troposphere they raise to the oxygen layer present here, ozone, and they penetrate through the ozone and reaches to the stratosphere. Now these holes are manufactured due to depletion of ozone. Through these, ultraviolet rays directly reaches to the Earth and causes ill effect on the Earth. Now thank you very much.